Fortnite, the game that has defined a generation. From new kid on the block to the one running the game, it has created a wave of influence that's still being felt and will be felt for years to come. But what if I told you that this cultural phenomenon can also get you ready for life? Rise up, GG Nation, because it's time for Guidance Guide Friday, your digital guidance lesson from your internet school counselor. And today I'll show you how one of life's best teachers is actually your favorite game. Let's go! It's guidance time.
Cleveland, help. I thought we were a squad, Cleveland.
Before we get into it, this video came from one of you amazing people. Big ups to Matos Jamie28 for this video idea. And if you want to see your suggestion turned into a Guidance Guide Friday down the line, just drop a comment and let me know. Of course, after you do the YouTube thing and like and subscribe and stuff. Let's start with the most obvious, but perhaps most underrated Fortnite lesson. If you want something, you gotta work for it. Cause tell me, how many of you were absolute S-tier Fortnite players the first time you picked it up? And if you were, I dare you to put something in the comments. Chances are you went through the basic noob experience. You didn't know what you were doing, it got wrecked. A lot. And this isn't to shame anybody. Most of us are trash at something the first time we try it. But when that happened, how did you respond? You got back up, respawned, and tried again. And you kept going until you got better. And next thing you know, you're winning matches and taking names. And thinking back on that experience, I want you to ask yourself, why did I keep going at it? What made you keep going and keep trying when your Fortnite game was absolute booty cheeks? The answer might change from person to person, but behind each reason is a different story. Maybe it was because all your friends were playing and you knew you need to get on their level to play with them. Perhaps it was to get in on the new hotness in gaming, and you weren't about to be a filthy casual about it. Or maybe you just liked the game and it was a fun way to spend your free time. Regardless of your reason, you had one, and it fueled you to get better. Now here's where it gets spicy. Why don't you apply that same energy to other things? Remember, this isn't to slander anyone, because I could literally hear my immigrant parents asking me the same thing when I was younger. I bring it up to show you that how great you can be at something a lot of the times comes down to motivation. Not talent, not skill, not having the best equipment, but a simple desire that will not be stopped by failure. And for a lot of you, your experience in Fortnite is proof of that. Going from noob to god tier isn't easy, and there's no shortcut to get there. Not legitimately anyway. But you may be your own best example of the saying, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. What I see with students is that they have motivation for things that they like, but for things that they don't care about or aren't super good at, that's when the excuses come in. I don't like it. I'm not good at it. I have ADHD. I can't be good at that. But those same words, they didn't stop you from killing it playing the biggest game on the planet. And those things that you have to do but don't always want to do, just like with the game, find a reason you want to be good at that thing. It could be a grade, a reward that you're working towards. Shoot, you can even go petty and do it to prove someone else wrong because they said that you couldn't do it. It don't matter, as long as the reason doesn't hurt you or anyone else. Yes, things like talent make accomplishing goals easier, but it doesn't guarantee success. Just ask LeBron. Those who crush their goals despite their talent level do it because they know why they're doing it. And Fortnite has shown that you've done it many times before.
Turns out, it's morphing time.
Imagine, you're in a match doing your thing. Let's say someone on the opposite side is trash talking. What might they say? Call you a noob, critique your skills, the usual. But have you ever been shamed for your skin choice? It's crazy how real this is. FN players are being straight up bullied for having a regular free skin that comes with the game. They're being called everything from default to even bots, which, well, being really stupid when you think about it, is exactly like something I see in schools IRL. For example, a student comes in with a nice fit, perfect color coordination, and on their feet, a brand new pair of shoes. These aren't name brand, they're not Jordans or anything crazy, but they're sturdy footwear that go with the rest of what they're wearing. I've seen kids verbally body students like this, calling the shoes basic, Walmart shoes, or for me, the most devastating, Skechers. I mean, wow, you're just diabolical at this point, bro. Using Skechers as an insult? That's tough. But it's here that Fortnite gets you ready for life. Don't sell out for the aesthetics. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't care about your avatar or that it's bad to throw down money for a skin. Listen, I see those Power Ranger skins. I see my boy Green Ranger on there. I get it, bro. I get it. What I am saying though is don't be sucked into spending money that you don't have or peer pressured into a trend that you don't care about. Because as you know, none of these skins, no matter how boss they look, give you any real advantage in-game. Thankfully, Fortnite is not one of those pay-to-win games, where the only way to get past a 30-hour wait window for the chance to gamble, get a loot box to maybe get what you want, is to fork over that bread. In the world of Fortnite, winning and losing comes down to skill. You can have the most up-to-date skin fresh out of the store and still get wrecked in PvP. And it's the same thing in the real world. Like we talked about in my Superman video, go check that out if you haven't already. We got folk in our world who live like they got it made, but they got nothing to back it up. It's like a guy who has a Bugatti, but is secretly poor because he spent all his money to buy something that he couldn't actually afford. And even if they can afford their flex of choice, so what? We already know that it doesn't necessarily mean that they have more money than you, and it certainly doesn't mean that they're better than you. Fortnite forces you to confront the fact that some people will rub their money and status in your face to make them feel better about themselves. And how can you deal with people like that? Easy. Snipe shot them and prove their cosmetics don't matter. I'm serious. It don't matter if they call you a bot if you end up winning in the end. Isn't that what really matters? Don't get caught up in stuff that's really just the aesthetics of life. What you wear, your bank account, whatever. Are you meeting your goals? Are you making yourself better? If so, then let the fakes and the conceited have their flex, because you're in it for the W. What do Not Like Us, Avengers Endgame, and the Super Bowl have in common? They are all moments that everybody knew about and everybody had an opinion about. Whether you knew about the Kendrick-Drake battle or didn't care, or watched the Super Bowl or only see it for the commercials, these are inescapable cultural moments that everyone talked about as soon as it happened. And Fortnite is right up there in terms of long-term cultural relevance. And what happens when something has relevance and a lot of people care about it? A community is created around it. And that's perhaps the most important life skill that Fortnite prepares you for. The importance of community. Yes, people like to talk about how social media and algorithms keep people separated in echo chambers, and that some of those same echo chambers make people more lonely and more isolated than they already were. This is true, but when we look at Fortnite, that's not the case. Some of you may have friends you play with that you see every day. Others may be lobby mates with people from across the country or even other countries altogether. And there's a lot to take away from that fact. When you have a community of people that all like the same thing, it just makes things so much easier. There's no awkward overthinking about not knowing what to say. You can comment on someone's skin, weapon, or favorite character. There's team building as you go into battle with your crew and learn how to get good together as a unit. And above all, there's a shared love of the game that keeps everyone coming back. This ain't like the good old days where in order to play a game with someone, you had to either show up at their house or go to a Chuck E. Cheese or whatever.
At Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can be a kid.
As long as you have an internet connection and a device, you're set. And with those two things, you can become whoever you want. And I'm not just talking about the avatars. Want to be more outgoing? Fortnite is your practice, where even if you bomb, you can always just log out and try again later. Want to be better at the game? If you find the right people, that's possible. There's so much more to Fortnite than just dances and collabs. It's the opportunity for you to grow as a person. To borrow one of their taglines, life is built, not given. So with these skills and more, what will you build with your life? There's so much that goes into our entertainment that we don't even think about. Behind those lines of code are ideas and stories that can inspire us if we allow it to. For example, there's a story behind one of the weakest Pokemon of all time that'll make you take a second look at that splashing joke known as Magikarp. Click here to find out more. See you there. Guidance Guy out.